Good evening. It is such an honor to be here with all of you tonight to celebrate the vital and urgent work of Point Foundation and its mission to be a safe haven and resource for its brilliant scholars. Point has always been at the forefront of broadening horizons, a concept that demands for us to increase our collective range of opportunities, experiences, and choices. This, of course, can be done through education, through mentoring and storytelling. And that's why I'm so elated to be here to present the Point Horizon Award to my dear friend and colleague, Steven Canals. There truly is no one more deserving. He embodies so many of the hopes and achievements Point Foundation has for its scholars. Long before Steven helped revolutionize television as a co-creator of the FX drama series Pose, he recognized the value of education, having grown up in the Bronx in the 1980s. Yes, he's old. The roast begins, bitch. His own education was his ticket out of poverty, giving him the resolve and resources years later to fight for a moving story about trans and queer people of color creating their own families in 1980s New York City. Now, we all know that Hollywood is a tough industry, and even more so if you're LGBTQ, Black and brown, and certainly all of the above. So it comes at no surprise that dozens of producers and execs passed on Steven's original script for Pose. They told him it was too niche, too gay, too urban to attract an audience. But Steven, in his side eye, did not let the rejection stop him. This queen persisted. His tenacity led him to our loving boss and mentor, the queen herself, Ryan Murphy, who was the only person in Hollywood to give Steven a resounding green light without any reservations. That's a Cinderella story in and of itself, worthy of all the trophies, 10s across the board. But turning his script into a television series was not enough for Steven. She wanted more. He brought in an abundance of authentic talent and voices rarely given an opportunity to tell their own stories and given a seat at the table. With Ryan, Steven ensured that Leomi Maldonado was a choreographer, that Genovia Chase, a ballroom legend, was a producer, that Our Lady J was a writer, in that I was given the opportunity to become the first trans woman of color to write and direct an episode of television. Inviting us into the Pose family allowed for us to tell a radically different story that broke ground by doing something never done before on television, centering 5 trans women as the heroines of their own stories. Our writer's room calls itself the House of Murphy because she signs the checks, but the heart of Canals is the pulsing center of Pose. There would be no Blanca, no Angel, no Lil Poppy, no Lulu, no Pray Tell, without Steven's determination to be seen and heard and his persistence to tell the stories of our community. Please welcome the recipient of this year's Point Horizons Award, Steven Miss Shady Canals.